I'm Philippa Haynes from Insight 101, and I want to talk to you today about productivity, your team's productivity. And the reason for that is that I've just spoken with somebody who is a potential client of mine, and they were talking about brand and how important it is, and that they want to think about it in the new year, which is great news. But the reason it's going to be further into the new year is because they are struggling with their team's productivity at the moment. Now, I'm sure that is something that a lot of businesses are struggling with at the moment. We've just gone through the second lockdown. People have been on furlough. Certain businesses, I'm sure, won't have coped as well as others in terms of keeping teams together. And all of that leads to a feeling of restlessness, anxiety, and potentially not feeling united as a team as well. Very easy for that to be the case. And of course, the result is that your team is not as productive as you would like it to be. And of course, this person I spoke to today was saying that very thing, which is they are struggling to keep people together on board. They're struggling to have one direction. And that means that that is their core focus at the moment. One of the things I would say to you, though, is that your company values, is a key foundation of your brand. And if you haven't done that brand work, then you have no structure for thinking, no structure to work around, nothing to refer to for you and your team. And that means that there isn't a sense of a direction. There's no sense of whether there's a vision in the business. People really don't know whether they're feeling the same. And as a manager or a leader, you have nothing to reference against. So if you had a list of values, if you had your businesses, your brands, culture nailed, then you would know exactly what to talk about and how to talk about it and get your teams engaged again. So if you have done those values piece, then I would really advise you, if you are having productivity issues, to go back to that, to start with that, and to pull everybody together again, and simply having a conversation around how things are going and starting to talk through the values and what they mean to everybody at this particular moment in time. That is incredibly useful. The other thing I would say, though, is if you haven't done that brand work, if you haven't defined your values, then now or early in the new year is the best time to do that. Because if you don't have productive teams, there's not really going to be much else that you can do in order to redress that, to get it back into balance, to get that direction set again, to get those teams united and feeling like they are a collective. And they're all going in the same direction. So that is a core part of productivity. I can't emphasize enough. When you're doing your values, just a little tip here. I've been working with a client who fed back earlier today and said that actually one of the reasons that the values are landing so well in the business is because we've used individuals' language, essentially. We have taken what they've said literally and inserted that into the creation of the values. So when they hear back, not only do they recognize the value, but they're thinking, I inputted in that. That's what I believe. And they then take ownership of it. So it's a win-win. So if you are wanting to get your teams feeling that sense of ownership again, if you do want them back on the right path, if you really do want 2021 to be a lot better than 2020, and goodness knows we all do, then please get in touch. We can start to talk to you about the benefits of having values in place. We can talk to you about the approach and how we would do that. So if this is of interest, please book a call in the comments below, and we can have a chat through it. Thank you.